morning, everyone. Today we are going to interact with Jini Gupta, who achieved success in getting admission in AIMS Guwahati. Today we will be discussing with her about her life since her birth till the day she has got admission in AIMS Guwahati. As of now, she is undergoing second year of her MBBS. Welcome, Jini. At first, we would like to know where were you born and brought up?
Sir, I was born on 11th of March 2005, and my home is at Kumarpara, which is near Fancy Bazaar in Guwahati, Assam.
And what about your family?
I live in a joint family which consists of my grandparents, my parents, and my uncle and aunt, and also my paternal aunt usually visits her our home with our cousins.
And what about your father's profession?
My father is a businessman. He is usually involved in construction related works, and my mother is a homemaker. I am a single child. I have no siblings, but I have many cousins, and since we are all brought up in the same house, so I consider them more as siblings rather than cousins.
So we can say that you don't have any dearth of guidance. You are the eldest one.
Yes, sir.
All your siblings, cousins are younger to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Something about your preschool childhood.
Sir, in my preschool, like before even joining school, my mother always tells me nowadays, like since my cousins are a bit naughtier, she always used to mentions that I was very calm as a child. I never did any like mischievous things. Instead, I was always eating and sleeping, and and she didn't really like care into getting into me a preschool. Rather than she directly admitted me to nursery.
And that's a usual process. Everyone is admitted to nursery.
Sir, no, my cousins also went to preschool like before nursery.
Is it so? Okay,
Yes, sir.
fine. And how was your? Do you remember anything from your nursery, KG, kindergarten?
Yes, sir. On my first day of school, I really cried very like I cried the whole day actually, and she also used to get many complaints from the teachers that she still is not adjusted to our school environment. She still cries for you, and however, I have made many good friends in nursery who are like even friends with me now. So I really cherish those days.
And what about your primary school?
Yes, sir. My primary school was also good. In my nursery days, I was not really good in academics, but in my primary school, I had got the pace and I did well in academics as well as in dance since I was admitted in dance classes as well at that time. And I had also.
In primary
Yes.
school, you were admitted to dance classes.
Yes, sir. Like in classical dance, usually the courses are very long. So my mother always thought that I should complete that dance classes before reaching class 9 or 10. So that's why.
Was she planning to make you a dancer?
Not a plan, but she always wanted me to explore other fields, not only in academics. She also admitted me in swimming classes later in class 4 or 5. And she did that because she always wanted me to like indulge in physical activities also, and also to like in order to improve my health, and like in order to like maintain a balance between academics and other activities as well.
You completed your primary schooling from same school. Were you when you were admitted to first standard?
I was in the same school from nursery to class 10.
It might be somewhere nearby your house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you remember any events from those days?
My school was a small school. It is not very well known, but we but I remember mostly the days of Golden Jubilee. Actually, it was in my class 7th, and I was really excited about the program since uh, even though my school holds annual function every year, but still that year it was like very different from all the other years, and I was really excited to participate in that.
It is said that school days are the best period of whole life. What do you think about
Yes,
it?
yes, sir, I really accept this fact. Like the in during school days, the innocence we had, and also we really built very many good friendships. And to be honest, I really miss those days, especially in college when I have met many different people. And honestly, I have not met anybody like them, like my school friends till now. So I really feel that those days were really special, and they will really stay with me forever. And at sometimes when I'm really low, or when I really feel demotivated or outcasted in college, then I always catch up with them.
And how do you spend time with them whenever you meet?
I can't meet them very often. I do really meet them in my summer or winter breaks. And most of the times they used to visit my house, or I used to go to their house. And actually it really gives like the vibe of a comfort place. And some days we also visit some restaurants, nice cafes.
And how many friends are there from your nursery till 10th whom you meet often or still you are in touch with them?
I am in touch with since nursery. I am in touch with one of my friends who is Shaptarshi, and other friends are also in touch with me, but some of them are not from nursery, like class 1 or 2, like that.
So, any memories from your high school days?
Yes, sir. uh During my high school days, I was more into like especially in class 8 and 9, I was more into extracurricular activities like dance, swimming, and also I learned to play flute and other stuffs like that. But when I reached class 10, it was almost COVID by then, so all our classes were not happening. It was just online classes, and our school started online classes very late actually. So at that period I was just doing nothing actually. But later but later, by half of the year, like around July, I really thought that no, I should not waste any more time, and I was completely indulged in studies. Like I studied like anything during that period. And we were supposed to have our um class 10th boards in the next year, around March. So I had completed my syllabus according to that date and time, but as COVID lockdown was still there, so I was always a bit confused that will our exams really take place or not, since my school was a state government school. So the state government announced that they will held our exams in May, and I was sure that it's okay since I have already done my all the courses and other things. But at that time, my actually whole family, almost whole family, got infected by COVID, and I have also lost some close members in Corona. So that time was really depressing actually. My mother also got infected, and I have really seen like how people actually suffered in this disease. Like like now I hear many things that COVID was not at all a serious disease. It was just a flu-like illness. But no, I have seen many bad aspects of COVID too. And I was really worried about my parents also at that time, and other family members. And I was always unsure, like in such an environment, how can I appear for my exams? It was a bit difficult, but later, as the situation was growing alarming in our region, the government just suspended the exams and it was not held at all.
I'm extremely sorry for the loss because of COVID.
Yes, sir.
So, how far have you gone in your dance classes?
Sir, I have completed my entire course in Kathak, and there is something like diploma. It is a diploma type of course. Like if I clear the exam, final exam, I can even teach other students. So I have cleared that exam in Kathkande and Gandharva. Like there are two two parts of Kathak. In swimming classes, I have like not mastered it, but I have learned all the type of strokes like butterfly stroke and then freestyle.
The intention behind swimming, I believe, is one uh, one should be able to save his or her own life. Can you?
Yes, sir.
He should or she should be able to save others' life. Can you?
I am not very sure about that since I have never done it before, and also there is a very long gap, uh, like from the days I used to do swimming and now. So I'm not very sure about that, but I would really love to do so.
What about flute?
Flute, I actually learned it because our PT teacher, he always motivated us to like at least learn to play any instrument like the drum or the flute for actually school parades. So I have learned only for the school parades actually. I don't know any other like songs like not related to those parades.
After completion of your high school exams, when you landed up in higher secondary or let's say inter, uh, was it a same school or you had to go to some other school?
I had to go to some other school because in my previous school there was no science, like no science department in the 11th and 12th classes. So I had joined another school and it was actually bind up with a coaching center. So I usually went to the coaching classes and a few days of a week to the school.
How about your those coaching institute? What which coaching institute was it?
It was Chaitanya Bharati. It is located at near the Rudraksh Mall in Bhangaghar.
And how were those days while you were going to your coaching institute?
Those days were also really good. In terms of friends, it was good, but in terms of studies, it was actually difficult. Uh, Honestly, I could not like understand my coaching teachers like method of studying and other things, so I had to take help from YouTube videos also.
Didn't your friends help you in all these things?
Yes, sir. They usually help me a lot in studies, and I also help them a lot in that. We usually used to like teach each other whatever parts we felt difficulty in, and I am really thankful for my coaching center because actually they had like given me a scholarship. Because of that only, I used to like I could join a coaching actually.
Why you wanted to opt only science stream and not any other?
Since my childhood, I was always like inclined towards science subject like mathematics and other parts like physics, chemistry. But I was not really interested in like history, geography, or any other civic subjects. There is a fact that I really like mathematics much more than biology in that time. Actually, I didn't like biology at all, but later on in 11th and 12th, it was the time when I really like went through the subject and I really understood actually that it also has a purpose of like teaching what like organisms are made up of actually. I think in school days I was very naive to understand the meaning of biology, but in 11th and 12th I had really like gained a good relationship with the subject.
After learning bio, what separated you from it so that you opted to go with NEET?
Initially I was only thinking of appearing for JE, but it was my parents who told me to appear for NEET because they always had this thing in mind that in JE there is no job security in the future. So they really wanted me to have a stable job actually. And I would also say that my parents know that business is not like not an bed of roses for like every day. So they really want me to get into a government job actually.
When you were going 11th, 12th, and simultaneously had joined coaching institute, were your friends, were your competitors, did that insecurity never came to your mind that they are my competitors, my friend, are my competitor?
Many of our teachers used to say this though, but I initially also, even if I had this insecurity, but it was not it did not play a great role, since I don't really remember any of those days where I used to like really get jealous or something like this type of with them. But and I also didn't compare my marks with them. I always compared my marks with my last exams. Like, I actually tracked down my own progress, so I was not very much like into, like I was not very much uh, affected by their results or their performance.
How did you navigate formidable weight of competition, peer pressure, and societal expectations that accompany with while pursuing medical career?
I have faced many social expectations also, like from many people, and I have also even like faced the bad side of it. Like, NEET is a very big exam, you can't do it, like things like that. But even I have heard so many things that I never used to believe in myself before appearing for this exam. I always had this self doubt कि like क्या पता अगर मेरा नहीं हुआ तो, बहुतों का नहीं भी होता है ऐसा वाला, एंड आई एम जस्ट अ नॉर्मल स्टूडेंट, लाइक मुझे हमेशा ऐसा ही लगता था. बट देन माय मदर ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू से कि don't just think of the results, just read the books, just expand your knowledge. And I always believed in this word, and I used to be very disciplined due to this like sentence of her. And I think it is really helpful, since it has kept me away from the evil sides of, like bad sides of competition, and other like competition that usually is associated with big competitive exams like NEET and JEE. So, however, in my later phases of class 12, I slowly used to gain confidence कि नहीं, एम्स नहीं होने से भी कोई अलग गवर्नमेंट मेडिकल कॉलेज तो मिल जाएगा.
Are there any particular moments or memories from your those days which still holds close to your heart?
There are many memories actually, but one of them is that when I had passed class 12 board exams, my school actually felicitated me with the best student awards, and I was really very proud of myself on that day. And actually I gained a bit of confidence that yes, I can actually do something, like I am not very like unworthy, or like I am worthy of doing something or qualifying an exam. Actually, I have always seen the profession of doctor as a very like big and noble profession, and I always thought ki like would I be good enough to fit in that profession. So I always had some kind of self doubt. It is not like I am totally free from self doubt now. Even now, I always think of, like, not always, but some days, ki, like, will I be able to become a good doctor or not? Like, I have seen many faculties who are really very brilliant, so I really want to be one of them. But I think it also has a good side of it. Since I think like this, it always drives me to like do better every day or to study even harder. Like, I always think that if I don't study or if I don't make progress, then I won't be able to become one of them in the future.
Are there any enduring values or lessons from those that phase of life which still illuminates you?
Yes, there are many lessons. Actually, it was one incident of my class 12th when I had given a mock test, and like actually our teachers wanted to like I wanted to judge us. Like in one of the subjects, I think it was botany, all of the questions, like majority of the questions were out of syllabus. So when I was appearing for the exam, I was really like, I was actually speechless. I was like, I didn't know any of the answers. How am I even going to pass the exam? But and scored really poor that time though. And when I reached home, I just cried so much. I went to my mom and said, I won't appear for the exam. I'm really bad at this and other stuffs like that. I cried so hard that day that the next day my mom had to visit the institution actually. Yes, like she really asked my teachers, like, is Ginny so bad at studies that she's now thinking of quitting the exam? Then my teachers just said that no, they intentionally kept such questions in order to see how we manage our like pressure or like time management, also pressure management, like many things at one time, like how many, like how we handled us in those 3 hours. But they really told my mother that no, she could do it, like even though she had not scored so well, but still she could like clearly do all the other questions which were like meant to be like coming for the exam or more important for the exam purpose.
While preparing for pre-medical entrance exam, so did you ever face any hurdles or difficulties?
I had faced many financial hurdles in my pre medical journey. Um, but I was also really grateful. I actually met many people who had helped me at those times. Like, I have always heard of students going to Ellen or Akash or some popular institutes whenever I used to watch interviews of like those students who qualified me. And I was always feeling like I don't belong to any of those coaching, so will I be able to like crack it? But actually she is one of my neighbor who used to go to Ellen, and she really helped me a lot. Like she passed down all her notes to me, and I am really grateful to her. Like actually, since that day, when for the first time looked into her notes, and I was really convinced कि नहीं, like I am in the right direction. Like those students are also reading the same thing. Like I always had this doubt. I think I am like behind them. I am just missing out on some important topics and things like that. But that day was really like very very good for me actually. My mother was also like very happy that at least now you are free from those anxious thoughts. Actually I really got anxious at that period for solely for this purpose, like I'm missing out on many things. I think I should have joined Ellen, like things like that. But due to her help, I I could really clear the exam, and I could really like get on to many resources even free of cost. So I'm really grateful to her.
If you are so grateful to her, are you still in touch with her? And where is she right now?
Yes, sir. Sir, she's my neighbor, and actually for her college, she's studying in Johat Agricultural College.
So she could not get entry into medical stream.
No, sir.
So how did you maintain that equilibrium while so rigorously studying for pre-medical entrance exam and personal well-being, uh, keeping your composed mentis?
For most of the time, I was not able to maintain that balance. I always used to get anxious, and I always used to get very nervous. And even there was a phase when I was only overthinking about the entrance. And it was just so much that even my mother got to think that I think like I should be indulging in other activities rather than just studying. So she just hold me one day and told me, no, you need to make friends now. You need to talk to others too. Like apart from studies, you need to do something else too. And since at that time I was also having constant headaches, I used to have headaches for like almost the whole day. I didn't used to sleep at night. I always used to think about studies and studies. And due to this, I really had very low energy the whole day. But after that, when my mother said ki, no, this is also not a healthy habit of studying, and I should be indulged in other activities as well in order to maintain my mental balance. And then my actually then that was the point where where my friends helped me a lot. Like they shared their own experiences, and they even said ki it was not only me who was like suffering like this, they are suffering too. And but they also told me that they actually gained my self confidence that I could do it. So like, don't take all the things by your heart. And on there, and then also I have watched many interviews of other topper students. They also told that to like believe in yourself. If we don't have self confidence, then we can make many huge mistakes in our future life, including exam preparation and also clinical judgment. Also, if we don't have self belief, then how can we like diagnose a patient and even treat one? So from that time I had started building this confidence, and like slowly I gained the hold of both like academics and my mental well-being.
It was very fortunate and good for you that you were able to maintain everything, and later on you proved yourself and was successful in your entrance. But what about those candidates who could not achieve that? So would you like to say something for them?
Actually, most of my friends could not clear the entrance, and I know that they were hardworking students too. But I always feel that not everyone is good at the same subject or at the same field. I really think that they are having many other abilities, many other capabilities, which I lack. So, but I also understand that in a country like India, we usually like glorify subjects of science rather than other fields. Even humanities can also even humanities students can also become civil servants in the future, a very good bureaucrat, and other commerce students can also be a very good economist someday. But obviously in our society it is not very like seen as a good
Of course.
thing. But I always feel, yes, but I always feel that we should not always plan our life according to what the society needs, but rather then we should follow our heart. I have known many friends who didn't even want to do medical, but they were just forced to do it. So yes, I think that they should be like following what their heart says, and I know they will really achieve their success someday.
If asked to encapsulate your journey in a single phrase or a word, how would you express it?
In a single phase, if I need to encapsulate my journey, it will be like hard work always pays off. Even if not like immediately, but someday it will really pay off. It comes from my own personal experiences. I like actually in class 10th also, when I was like studying very much for the exams, the results were not so good though. But I was really disappointed at that time. But my mother always said ki hard work never goes to vain. So just continue doing hard work, and it will really pay you off someday. And you will be, and on that day you will be really feeling like all was just worth it. All of the hard work was just worth it.
Definitely. It was very good and fortunate that you could achieve success and get entry into a medical college. Let's suppose, had you not been successful, had you ever had any alternate plans, what would have you been doing if you would not have been had a doctor?
Sir, if I didn't get qualified in need, then I would really be teaching like teaching students. Like I would pursue BSc and then become a teacher, the future teacher. Actually, I like teaching very much. So
Retrospectively, if you meet same Genie who was preparing for pre-medical entrance, what would this Ginny had told to her?
I would like tell her that you should believe in yourself a bit more. You should love yourself a bit more. And I would always tell her to continue doing hard work and not to lose our heart just because of some mock tests or something. Because life is not all about just tests. There are many more hurdles to come in the upcoming future.
You might have recently heard about the new national education policy, which have recently been approved. So, given an opportunity to you to make all those changes,
Yes, sir.
what you wish to change in national education system of India, what would those changes have been?
I would firstly reduce the parts of rote learning. Like I would indulge more practical based studies. Even though in my school time we used to have practicals, but they were not real practicals. We used to have like very mere classes of practical chemistry or physics. But I really think that those should be indulged more rather than just remembering some facts. I really think it is like it is needed because anyone can just memorize facts, but if you don't know how to do it in real life, then it's of no use, I think. And also, I will like to incorporate physical fitness because I have seen, and also myself, I am not at all physically fit, and I think that if it was something which was included in the curriculum, then I would have been compelled to like do physical activities more, to do yoga and other exercises. But I always feel that since it is not compulsory, many of the students don't give it so much of importance. The reservation policy, actually, I think it should be according to the needs of a student rather than just the caste, because I have seen many of my friends who were really needy, but they could not get any scholarship as of that thing, but or also uh, like they could not afford very good coachings because of their financial situations. But they were also not given any like exemption in marks or rank per se. But also I have seen many like fortunate students who are like who really come from a rich background. They can afford good coachings, they can afford many other things which many of the other students can't afford, but still they are getting all the other like government facilities. So I really think it should be something which should be looked upon. Like many of the times I have noticed that the coaching center teachers are usually well qualified, and they can usually educate the students more as compared to majority of the school teachers. So I think that that is something that should be looked upon. And also sending children to coaching centers, like even though I have not faced that kind of uh, bad environment, but I have heard of many coaching centers where they are not even allowed to go to the downstairs, or they are not even allowed to go into like any other place other than their classroom or their hostels, and they are even not allowed to talk to their parents, and like physical activities are not at all happening with them. Yeah, I have heard such stories also, sir. So I think these should be just not tolerated uh, because I really feel that if somebody pressurizes a student of around 16 or 17 years at such in such conditions, then we do not generate good and brilliant students, but we just generate some frustrated students who really come to college and they are always like creating havoc. Actually they really feel that now we are out of such cages and we don't need to study anymore. So I think it creates a bad relationship of studies in their mind. Like they always associate studies with lesser freedom or more as a punishment.
And to add upon that, they charge you so high fees, 1 or 2 lakhs per year, and it's a too huge amount for a candidate to bear it. Do you envision
Hmm.
contributing to the field of education who wants to become a doctor or who wishes to come into this field?
I would always welcome them, and I would always like I would really try to guide them actually, because when I was in my 11th and 12th standard, I always looked for someone to guide me, to mentor me, to how the things will be and how to just manage them. So I really want to do the same to my juniors who really want to pursue this career, and I would really tell them one thing, that yes, we need to study hard, but not in like not to just leave or forget our personal life. It is not the correct thing to do. We should try to balance it. Like, yeah, I know that it takes time to find that balance. Even now also some days I some days I could not find such balance, and some days it is really hard to maintain both together. But I would really tell them to try to balance it, and to work harder, and also to choose it from their own heart, not under someone's compulsion.
That was really a heartwarming note for upcoming medical aspirants. As of now, we would like to pause here just to return in our second episode where we'll be discussing about your medical life. Till then, Jai Hind.